Did you get a chance to work through the practice problems from the integers and floats video? If not, no worries. The notebook is linked in the description. Alright, let's walk through the solutions together. In the first problem, we use the type function to check whether different numbers are integers or floats. We're given 4 numbers whose types we want to check. To determine the types, we call the type function, passing in the number as an argument. Then, we'll output the result using the print function. Starting with 42, we check its type and print the result. Running the cell, we get class int, which is short for integer. The word class here is just part of how Python displays type information. We can ignore it for now. What matters is that 42 is an int, which makes sense since it's a whole number with no decimal point. Next, let's check the type of 3.14. Running the cell again, we see that 3.14 is a float. Makes sense, 3.14 has a decimal point. To check 0 and 0.0, we'll do the same thing. Running the cell, we can see that 0 is an int, and 0.0 is a float. Even though 0 and 0.0 represent the same value mathematically, the decimal point makes 0.0 a float. Great, let's move on to problem 2. In this problem, we'll practice using different division operators by figuring out how to distribute 17 books among 4 shelves. We need to calculate 3 things: how many books each shelf gets if we divide them equally, how many whole books each shelf gets, and how many books are left over. To calculate how many books each shelf gets with regular division, we write 17/4 and print the result. Running the cell, we get 4.25, meaning each shelf should get 4¼ books. But we can't split books into a quarter, so it would be more useful to find out how many whole books each shelf gets. To do this, on the next line, we use integer division by writing 17/4 and printing the result. Running the cell again, we see that each shelf should get 4 whole books. Now, if each shelf gets 4 books out of 17, there should be some left over. To find out how many, on the next line, we use the modulo operator and print the result. Running the cell one more time, we see that there's 1 book left over after putting 4 books on each shelf. Nice! Now we've seen how regular division gives us the exact decimal answer, integer division gives us just the whole number part, and modulo gives us the remainder. Okay, let's move on to the final problem. Here, we'll explore what happens when we mix integers and floats in calculations. We're given 4 expressions to evaluate. For each one, we'll print both the result and its type. Let's start by comparing the 2 addition operations. We print the result of the first expression, followed by its type. Running the cell, we get 8 followed by int. This makes sense, because both numbers in the expression are integers. But on the next line, if we add a decimal point to 3.0 and run the cell again, we get that the second expression produces 8.0, which is a float. So even though we're still adding 5 and 3, including the decimal point on the 3 changed the result to a float. This pattern holds for other operations too. For example, integer division. To confirm this, we print the result of the third expression, followed by its type. Running the cell, we get 5 as an integer. But in contrast, if we write print the fourth expression and its type, and run the cell again, we get 5.0 as a float. So here's the pattern. Whenever we mix an integer and a float in a calculation, Python automatically converts the result to a float. This means we don't have to worry too much about keeping track of integers versus floats. Python handles it for us. But remember, there are lots of other Python data types that you do need to understand the differences between. If you want to learn more about those other data types, check out the videos linked in the description. We're working on lots more Python explainer videos like this one, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like to learn about, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching!